What's up, guys? Welcome to our first workout series of this 90-day challenge. I've had a few rough drafts of this workout this week. The first one was 45 minutes long. The second one, my battery died about 10 minutes into the video. So this is my third go around, and I'm hoping this is the one that sticks so I can get it out to you and you can get some workouts in this weekend. I'm going to do two sets of videos. One is for those of you who are at home and either have access to no equipment or dumbbells or anything like that, and you're purely using just stuff around your house and your body weight, maybe a treadmill or an elliptical or something like that. The second video is going to be for those of you who have access to a gym or maybe have a handful of gym equipment at your house, like dumbbells or things like that. So two videos, and as I get to know each of you guys and kind of what equipment you have at your disposal, I'll kind of change my workouts and throw little things in here and there that are more suited to what you guys are working with. But for now, this workout is either going to be body weight for those of you working at home, or they'll be just basic dumbbells and basic stuff that any gym should have, or some basic stuff that you guys have told me you've had dumbbells at home, you can do there as well. So I wanted to take a little bit of time in each video to talk about a diet plan. Look, there's thousands of diets out there. You can Google, what is the best diet, or what diet should I be on if I want to lose weight the fastest, or this, that, and the other. There's high protein diets. There's low to no carb diets. There's the keto diet. There's the caveman diet. I mean, it's overwhelming. It really is. I've dabbled in a little bit of these here and there, and what I've found is that short term, each of them have some moderate success. You can lose a lot of weight on the keto diet. You can lose a lot of weight on a low carb diet. But they all have one thing in common, and the fact that you're ingesting good, wholesome food into your body, and you're limiting the amount of calories that you're putting into your body. And at the end of the day, that's what your diet should be comprised of. It's calories in, calories out. That's how you either gain or lose weight. When you gain weight, or if you want to gain weight, if you want to put on mass, you eat more calories than what you burn. Most of you don't want to gain weight in the sense that you want to gain fat. Most of you are trying to gain weight in the fact that you want to put on muscle, you want to put on lean muscle mass, and you want to increase your body weight that way. If that's the case, then you just eat more of the good food. You eat more protein, you eat more carbs, you eat more healthy carbs. If you want to lose weight, you still stick in that same food group: healthy, lean protein, good wholesome carbs, a balanced fat. There are good fat. You don't have to do low fat to lose weight. Fat's a good thing. It's a good source of energy for your body. But at the end of the day, if you want to lose weight, you need to burn more calories than you take in, or you need to take in less calories than you burn, or a mixture of both. So a couple staples that I found, and I'm going to send out some links so you guys can calculate this, but everybody has their own resting metabolic rate. So everybody burns X amount of calories in their day, and it's based on how old you are, if you're a male or a female, how much you weigh, and how tall you are. There's calculators, and some of the links that I'll send out will show you that will get you pretty close to what your resting metabolic rate is. So for example, if your resting metabolic rate is 2,000 calories, so your body is burning, or your body needs 2,000 calories to maintain its current body weight with your current level of activity, walking around the office, doing some gardening outside, walking your dog at home, just your normal basic everyday activity that you do outside of the gym. Your body has a resting metabolic rate that takes, for this example, 2,000 calories to maintain your current weight. Well, you want to go, if you want to lose weight, you want to eliminate about 10 to 15% of those calories. Women are going to be less because men burn more calories. It's just biology. So, if, for example, in this example, if your resting metabolic rate is 2,000 calories, you want to consume anywhere between 1,600 and 1,800 calories a day. And that puts you in a 200 to 400 calorie deficit every single day. Do this every single day consistently. Don't go over your 1,600 to 1,800 calories. Again, this is an example, so each of you are going to be different, and I'll help you guys figure that out. Your each individual resting metabolic rate. But you have to find what that number is, and that's what you have to stay under. And that's why in my first email, it was so useful to track what you eat, because you would be surprised at how much or how quick you can surpass that calorie limit. It's one of the first things that I did. It's one of the first things my trainer gave me back in September. of 2019 when I was 255 pounds. Gave me a notebook and he said, write down everything you eat for breakfast, snacks, lunches. Don't cheat. Don't feel like you have to don't write something down because you don't want to show your trainer. Be honest with yourself and write down everything that you eat, along with the estimated amount of calories for every single portion of food that you're eating. And just track it. You'd be amazed at how quickly calories add up. So that's all I'm going to say about diet. At least for this video. We'll talk about it in separate emails. I'm going to try to keep workout videos to workouts. But I just wanted to mention that you can work out as much as you want to, but it's going to be 80% diet and 20% workout. Diet is everything. You build muscles in the gym, you build abs in the kitchen. And that purely means that you can build muscle all you want to in the gym, you can work out and build muscle, but you're never going to cut fat and you're never going to trim your body if you don't maintain a good diet that puts you in a caloric deficit. So that being said, I'm going to make a quick pause here and then we will get to the at-home workout of this video series. All right, guys. So the first thing that you should do anytime you start your workout is get a warm-up in. If you are working out at home or you don't have a treadmill, here's a couple things you can do. But what we're looking for is just roughly 4 to 5 minutes of just getting your heart rate up. I would highly recommend, if you don't have one, if this is something that you're serious about, is tracking your fitness, get some kind of a Fitbit or some kind of smartwatch that can tell you what your heart rate is. We want to shoot for a warm-up to try to get your heart rate right around 100 to 105 beats per minute. So we could do, for those of you guys who don't have access to like a treadmill or an elliptical, you can start out just by doing some running in place and vary it up. 4 to 5 minutes of running in place is extremely boring. So maybe do 30 minutes of running in place. You can do kickouts. So maybe another 30 seconds, 45 seconds of kickouts. You can do high knees or high step ups. You can also do butt kicks. So you're just trying to kick your butt. And then you can also do kickouts. One of those Russian dancers. So any combination of that, 4 to 5 minutes, get your heart rate up, get nice and warm and loose. And then you want to go right into a nice stretching program. Those of you who have worked out before might have a stretching program that works for you. There's tons online. I might do a video of just a handful of stretches that you can do. There's no right way or wrong way to, I don't want to say that. There is a wrong way to stretch, but there's no right or wrong stretches to do. Do what works best for you, do what works best for your body. Like for me, I have really bad shoulders, so I do a lot of arm circles, but I'll just go through my stretching routine really quick. I start out with some arm circles. So I try to do 50 arm circles going forward, just medium circles. I'll keep my palms facing up. And then after I do 50 forward circles, I do 50 backward circles. Again, just nice medium. When I go backwards, I put my fingers down, so palms down. About halfway through my back circles, I start getting bigger and bigger and go slower and slower. Really stretch out my shoulder and my pecs here and my shoulder blades as well. I also like to stretch out my hips and my legs. So an easy way to do that is just take a knee, just try to pull it into your chest. You may have to hold on to something for some balance. I have terrible balance. And really all you're doing is, I also have pinched hip flexors a lot, so that's a good exercise that will stretch those out and get them nice and loose. So just, 10 total, 5 each side, 5 to the right, 5 to the left, nice good pull. Then you're gonna go the other way. This you hold, about 10 seconds a leg. Don't pull really hard, it should feel slightly uncomfortable, but not painful. Same thing with the left. One of the last ones I do, which is a little bit difficult for some, but it is a really good stretch, is get down in a runner squat. So start by getting down like you're getting ready to propose on one knee. Keep your either your right or your left knee, whichever one you want to start out with. Keep it nice and forward. Take your hands, put them right next to your knee. And then what you're gonna do is just stretch this back leg out and lift it up. And it is not the most comfortable stretch in the world, but it does get you nice and loose and limber. And again, for those of you who have hip pain, especially right here in your hip flexors, man, it's a great stretch. So just again, get nice down in there. All you're doing is really pushing your butt down into the ground a little bit. You're not bouncing, you're just giving a little bit of pressure. And then switch legs and go to the other side. Nice good stretch. You can push forward a little bit if you need to. And that's really about it. Again, add whatever you want to, whatever works best for you. Again, I'll probably do a video on just a handful of stretches to do, but 5 minutes of warm up, get some stretching in, especially on the areas where you might have some pain already. And then yeah, we'll get right into it. So the first exercise is going to be curtsy lunges. And so for each of these, I'm going to give a beginner set of reps, an advanced set of reps. So if beginner is too light for you, you can bump up. And then those of you guys who want to kick it up another notch, I've got a third set of reps as well. So to start out, we're going to do curtsy lunges. Beginners are going to do 5 reps per leg. So 5 lunges per leg. Advanced is going to do 10. And then your next level is going to be 15, okay? So a curtsy lunge, it looks exactly how it sounds. You're basically just doing a curtsy. For those of you who do have dumbbells at home, you can add weight to this. Just grab a weight that feels comfortable, not too heavy. For those of you who don't have access to dumbbells or are not ready to add weight, body weight is totally fine. You follow the same motion as if you were holding a pair of dumbbells. So you're just going to start feet shoulder width apart, and you're just going to go down into a curtsy. So I'm going to take my right leg, put it behind my left leg. At the same time, I'm going to raise my hands up. If I've got dumbbells, I'm just taking the dumbbells, touching them with my shoulders. So in one motion, just like this. Back the other way. 2, 3, 4, 5. That's what that looks like. In between each exercise, we're going to do jumping jacks. The main thing about weight loss is you want to maintain a high, consistent heart rate in the fat burn zone. You don't want to go too high to where you're so out of breath that you can't put so much effort into your actual exercise. So again, go at your own pace. For jumping jacks, in between each exercise, if you're a beginner, we're going to do 10 jumping jacks. The advanced, 20. The next level is going to be 30. So the main thing on jumping jacks, everybody knows how to do them, but I see a lot of people in the gym going like this. That is not a jumping jack. It just looks silly. Jumping jack is full extension. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Take breaks when you need to take breaks, but the goal is to try to move through this workout and just go one right to the next, right to the next. We want to keep the heart rate up. You should be, if you do have a heart rate monitor, you're really looking to stay right around the 130 to 140, 130 to 150 beats per minute. On some of the hardest things, you may see yourself get up to 160, 165. If you notice that you're going much higher than that, that's a little too high. So back it off a little bit, take it a little bit slower, and get back down into that 130 to 150 beats per minute. So we're gonna go right from our jumping jacks into suitcases. And a suitcase is you're just laying down. Try to find a way to do this where I can still fit into the camera. You're laying flat on your back. You're gonna put your arms back, and you're gonna fold up like a suitcase. So your legs are gonna come up as far as they can, and your arms are gonna meet your legs. The goal is to touch right above your knees. So it looks like this. 5, 10, and 15. So 5 for beginners, 10 for the advanced, 15 for people who want to take it up a notch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right back into jumping jacks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. Step ups. Find a find a step It could be steps in your house. A really popular area would be like the steps going up into your garage. Most people have 2 steps, but that's what we're looking to step up to. It's about 2 steps. For those of you guys who are handy, you can build a step to keep at home if this is something you want to add to your home gym area. This is what we have at my gym. Literally all it is just probably, I think it's 1/2 inch plywood. Do a nice little box rectangle. Get you a little saw, a hole saw, cut out a handle, and some rubber mat for the top, just screwed down in. All we're doing is we're literally stepping up. We're gonna do 5 per leg for those of you in the beginner group, 10 per leg for the advanced, and 15 for the next level up. Also a good exercise if you want to add some dumbbells. So if you've got some weights, grab a comfortable weight in your dumbbells and just hold them down to your side while you're doing this. All we're doing is stepping up. If my right knee is if my right leg is the one I'm starting with, my left knee is going to be the leg that gets the full extension on my way up. So looks like this. So again, 5 per leg for beginners, 10 for the advanced, 15 for those who want to go to the next level, and then right back into our jumping jacks. So 10 jumping jacks right after that. The next thing is going to be inchworms. So there's a little bit of a twist to this. 5 inchworms for beginners, 10 for advanced, 15 for the next level. You're going to start with your feet a little bit wider than shoulder width apart, and you're going to bend down, touch the ground, get as close to your body as you can. Some of you guys might have some limitations, but all you're trying to do is get as close to your body as you can, and you're just going to walk out as far out as you can, and then you're going to walk back in. Your heels can lift off the ground a little bit, but the goal is to just keep your feet planted. Walk all the way out as far as you can. You're going to feel this in your shoulders and in your arms, and especially in your abs. It's more of an ab exercise than anything, because at this point you're almost into a plank. Walk back in. So a little tweak to this, if you guys are feeling froggy, and I'm actually going to scoot back here a little bit, you can add a push-up to the end of this. And that would look like this. And that's the inchworm. Right back into 10, 20, or 30 jumping jacks. And then we're going to go just straight into basic push-ups. Push-ups are one of the pillars of fitness. It's the most basic exercise, probably the first exercise that everybody learned when they were a kid, is push-ups. For those of you who are not good with push-ups, you know, there's several different modifications you can do to make it easier on yourself. If you have the access to like the back of a chair or a couch, you can do almost kind of like a standing or a resting push-up. So you put your hands on the back of your couch, get a nice lean in. The main thing is you want your top half of your body weight to be your resistance. So you can't get too close or you're really not putting much body weight in. Kind of have to start out far out, lean over a little bit, get your body nice and straight. Touch your chest to the back of the chair or your couch. Another way to modify this, some people call them girl push-ups. We're 2021, so we're all PC. We're not going to call them girl push-ups. They're modified push-ups. They're push-ups from your knees. So you can get down on your knees, get in the traditional push-up position, The main thing is you want your chest or your belly to touch the floor. The last modification is getting to a traditional push-up, but they're going to be called hand-release push-ups. So go all the way down to the ground and let the pressure off of your shoulders. You're almost giving your body just a little bit of a rest, and then push up. So go to the ground, release, and then push up. And then of course you have just your standard traditional push-up. The main thing is you don't want your hands too far forward. I see a lot of people in the gym doing push-ups where their hands are way out here, and that's so hard on your shoulders. The push-up is meant to be a chest exercise and a tricep exercise, a little bit of your bicep. So your hands really need to be closer down to your chest, to where when you're coming down and your chest is touching the floor, your hands are even with your chest. So it looks like this. So we're doing 5, 10, and 15. So 5 for the beginner group, 10 for the second group, 15 for the last group. And then finish out with either 10, 20, or 30 push-ups. Or I'm sorry, jumping jacks. Okay, I would love to see 3 rounds of that. So go through 3 rounds. The goal is for your total workout to last about 30 to 45 minutes. At the very end of those 3 rounds, if you can't make it to 3 rounds, do 2 rounds. If you can't make it 2 rounds, do 1 round. Do as much as you can, but no more than 3. Main reason is at 3, 1, you probably reached that 30 to 45 minute window. But 2, you don't want to stress your body out too much because then you might be too sore in a day or 2 to try to do this workout again or do a different workout. So at the very end of those 3 rounds, or however many rounds you can get through, we've got just a very quick 3 exercise ab circuit. The first one is going to be called a Mason. You're going to sit on your butt. For those of you who can, I'm going to lift your feet in the air to where you're balancing on your butt a little bit. It's going to tense your abs up. It's going to firm your core up. You should feel it in your sides, but all of your abs will be nice and tense. For those of you who can't, that's fine. Just rest your heels on the ground, but you really want to, if you do that, if you don't lift your feet off the ground, you have to actually tense your abs up. But your body won't do that just by nature. As soon as you lift your feet up, you'll feel your abs tense up. But if you can't hold that, sometimes people's lower back, it affects them really bad. If you need to, if you still want to keep your feet up, just find something elevated to rest your feet on, or just keep them on the ground, but keep your legs tense, or I'm sorry, keep your abs tense. So the way it looks is this. If you have a ball, it makes it way easier. If you don't have a ball, grab something about this size, or you can just imagine you're holding something and you're just going from one side to the other, okay? So if we're in the beginner group, we're doing 10. So this is gonna be 10, 20, 30. 10 total, not 10 per side, 10 total. So it look like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and rest. From there, we're gonna go right into knee taps. And knee taps are gonna be 10 total, so 5 per leg, or 20 total, 10 per leg, or 30 total, 15 per leg. And they just look like this. I'm gonna have to scoot back here for this one. You're gonna get down almost into your inchworm position, but just like this, and you're just tapping your knee. Get your butt pointed toward the sky, put out the vibe a little bit. Make your body that nice V shape. You're just touching your legs. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And our last one is going to be the side crunch. We're going to do 5 aside for beginners, 10 aside for the next level, 15 for those of you who are more experienced. And this is just your side crunch. Keep both feet off the ground. My knees aren't laying on the ground. Keep your arms straight out for a little bit of stability, but really you're balancing on your hip bone. My knees aren't touching the ground. I'm not laying my legs down. They're going straight out. And all I'm trying to do is touch my elbow to my knee. Can't quite make it? That's fine. In fact, tonight, it's just not working for me. Your knees will bend. Don't feel like you have to keep your legs fully straight. Your body won't work that way. Bend them just slightly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's it. That's the end of the workout. You want to finish with a cool down. Excuse me. Finish with the cool down. 3 minutes of that high intensity, so keeping your heart rate where it was at the end of your workout, probably in that 130 to 120 range, but we're bringing it slowly down. So 3 minutes, of some fast-paced cardio. If you got a treadmill or a elliptical at home, try to stay at a fast pace for 2 to 3 minutes, and then for the next 2 minutes, bring it down a notch to a comfortable pace where you can hold a conversation, and then your last minute should just be easy breeze Sunday walk through the park, or just winding the body down. And then do your stretches again. The same stretch you did at the beginning, you can do at the end, but you definitely want to stretch post-workout because your body will thank you later in a day or two. I'm not gonna lie to you, a couple of these, the ab exercises and the lunges that we did and the push-ups, you might be a little sore the next day or two. It's typically the second day after your workout that you tend to be the most sore. So take your ibuprofen, ice where you need to, and listen to your body. Ideally, we want to try to get this workout done 3 times a week. My kind of mantra that I learned from a fitness guy that I watch, his name is BJ Gadur. I'll probably share some of his stuff throughout the next 90 days. But his mantra is 352 forever. In order to maintain fitness and achieve fitness, the minimum amount of workout or physical activity doesn't even need to be a workout. 3 times a week of that 30 to 45 minutes of physical activity where your heart rate is up and elevated. 3 times a week, 52 weeks a year, forever, for the rest of your life. Fitness will never have a finish line. You're never done. That's just how it is. Your body doesn't get to a point. Now, some people have crazy metabolisms and they can just eat whatever they want to and stay in shape. But 3 times a week, 52 weeks a year for the rest of your life. Some kind of physical activity where your heart rate's elevated, getting a nice full body workout. That's it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. We're about 28 minutes. It's a little bit longer than I wanted to. I'm going to try to keep these to 20 minutes. So the one thing I would ask of you guys is please give me some feedback. If you can't hear something that well, if I'm moving too fast, if I'm not explaining something well, if the exercises are not working for you, either due to a limitation you have with your body or maybe an injury or anything like that, please let me know. This is something I really enjoy and I'm really excited to do, and I'm really glad Babette came to me with this idea because it's something I'm really passionate about. So the only thing that I ask in return is just to give me feedback and help me become better, not only for you guys, but I may continue to do this afterwards, and it would really help me. So appreciate you guys. I'm proud of you guys. Keep with it. I'm going to put out a video this weekend over some meal preps that I'm going to be doing, so look for that. Other than that, feel free to chime in and help motivate each other. I've got that group thread where we're all on. There's 12 of us, 13 including me. Jacob Mankey, I know you shared something about an app called Lose It that he uses to track his calories. A lot of benefits there. I've briefly explored that app. I used the Fitbit app to track all my stuff, and it works out pretty well for me. But share things that have worked for you in the past. Share things that you guys find interesting. I don't even know what I'm trying to say. The biggest benefit that we have is each other. So share best practices, share in articles that you find interesting, share videos that you find either motivating or anything like that. Make this a big group discussion, cheer each other on, and let's hope that come April 1st, we're in a much better spot health-wise, fitness-wise than we were on January 1st. So until next time, guys, thank you, and I will talk to you later.